What's up guys, it's Opal here, and today I'll be showing you how to get Fall Guys 3D models in Blender. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have Fall Guys installed on Steam. The game is $20, but it's definitely a fun game. It's worth it in my opinion. But once you have the game installed, you're going to go to the link that I'll leave in the description called Unity Asset Studio. It'll bring you to this page right here. Scroll down to where you see Asset Studio and click on Build Passing, the green part, and click on this link. This link will give you the zip file. I've already installed it, so I'm not going to install that again. But once it's installed, you're going to extract the zip file. You need WinRAR for that. I'll leave that in the description as well. And once it's extracted, you just go to the folder and run Unity Asset Studio GUI. So I already have that open. So how you get to this screen, once it's open, you hit File, Load Folder, and then you go to this file path. So Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Fall Guys Client. Your game might not be installed there. If you want to see where it's installed, you go to your Steam, hit the Settings, Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files, and you just go here where this is and open this folder up. So once you are in that folder, just hit Select Folder, and it'll take you to this screen. It takes a minute to load, so just give it some time, but I already have mine preloaded just for the sake of the video. Once you're here, you're gonna want to get the base Fall Guys model. So this is called Body. And you're gonna sort by type. Let's load for a minute. Sort by type, and scroll down to where you see Mesh. It's this one. So what you're gonna do, you right click, go to Scene Hierarchy, and you see this little drop down, because this is the only one that's been dropped down. It has a little minus. You click on that, then you go to Model, Export Selected Objects Merge, then find where you want to port it to. I'm gonna make a new folder for the video. I'm gonna name it Tutorial Fall Guys, and then open. And then each model, I recommend making a new folder for because they're kind of strange. So this will be base body. Hit enter, and then just open folder, hit save. Now go back to Blender, go to File, Import, FBX, and go to where you just saved that file. So mine was called Tutorial Fall Guys. Then I open the folder, go to base body, open the FBX. Once that's imported, you might not see much, but that's just because the models are really tiny. So what you're gonna do, you click on this thing right here and just hit Alt-S. Now that'll bring your character up to full size. Then you're gonna click on the bones, go to pose mode. You can do that up here, or you can hit Control-Tab, hit A to select all the bones, go into your timeline, hit A and then X, delete keyframes. And then you can hit Alt-R, Alt-G to reset the pose. That just makes it so the keyframes don't play. If you have the keyframes, then you can get your animation, but we're not really focused on the animation. We just want the model. So now you have the Fall Guys model. So you can only really see 2 bones as of now, maybe some of the feet. But to help that, you click on the bones. On the bottom right is this running man. You click on him, go to Viewport Display, change it to in front. Then if you like, you can change the bone display to stick, and that'll just make them a little more easy to work with. From here, we'll do texturing. So go to your shader editor, and it'll give you this by default, the normal map and principled shading. What you're gonna do here, you can duplicate your normal map with Shift D, and that'll just give you another texture. Hit this file location, and it'll take you to where all of the textures are. So the first texture we're gonna want is this top one. If you're wondering how I connect it up here, you Control-Shift-Click with Node Wrangler on. You just hit Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, wait a second for it to load, and then type in Node Wrangler. You can turn that on. Then just Control-Shift-Click it, and you can see the texture. So this will be how we get our body color. So the first thing you do is add a separate RGB. The first one you're going to want is to do the blue. The blue is the body color. So we get the blue and get a mix RGB. Plug this into factor, make color 1 black, color 2 whatever we want the body to be. I want the body to be blue. Then you get another mix RGB, plug the first mix into color 2 and plug green, which is the face, into factor. Now we make the face whatever color we want. I want my guy to be like kind of a palish color, so why not? It's kind of what they have in game by default. And do this one last time. Duplicate this with Shift D. Make this color 1. Make red factor, and color 2 will be black. Or it can be a dark brown, so it's more accurate to in-game. Well, some eyes in-game. Then you take your mix, plug it into base color, and plug your printable shader back in. Now we have our colors. And you're like, wait, Opal, it looks all stupid. So there's an easy fix for this, for why it looks so weird. It's the normal map. So you take the normal map, and you take a separate RGB. And then you get a combine RGB. You plug the red into blue, the blue into red, and then get an invert node. If you're wondering how you get your nodes, you just hit Shift A or you hit Add. So you get an invert node, plug green into color, then color into green. Then plug this texture into color of your normal map, and then you got yourself a normal map. So nice, right? Then I turn my metallic to 0, and then I turn my specular to 0.5, and I turn my roughness to about 7. You can play with this. Sometimes I like my roughness a little lower, depending on the scene I'm going for. So something around this setup works just fine, with one specular if you want. Then, to make this easier for yourself, you can select everything but your textures, and then hit Ctrl G to make yourself a shader. And then plug all your colors into group input. So just plug these all in, boom, boom, boom. And then also plug in your specular and roughness values, just so you can always adjust these if you'd like. Then you can go on this right menu. If you hit N, it'll pop up. You hit node and just name them accordingly. So we're gonna take this, sorry, someone's on Steam. Top color will be base color. This will be normal, and you can just move this to the bottom because you don't need normal at the top. Color 2, well, this would be body color. We can move our other colors up. Let's see. Oh, I did the wrong one. This is body color. This one will be face color. And this one will be eye color. Let's capitalize that E. I'll also put the shader in the description. Then you can click on this group input and hit tab, and you'll have your shader, and all you have to do, just, play with the colors, and then you have your model. Now, there's other stuff you can also do. You can add accessories. So how you find your accessories is you go back to Asset Studios, and you go to Asset List and type in CH. This will bring up, and then sort by type, this will bring up all your accessories. You find where it says model, and you see, you have whatever this is, you have, that's an animation. You have the pigeon bottom, you have whatever this is. They added a lot of new stuff this update, nice. So we will do Viking. Wait, I forgot his name, Dorothy. Is that his name? Yeah, Dorothy. So right click on him, and go to scene hierarchy. Oh, also, before you export anything else, make sure you have nothing selected, because they'll export together. So I think we have the body still selected, so you scroll up and just uncheck him, because they'll export together and it's really weird. So now we go back to our dwarf, click on his little checkbox, go to model, export selected, merge, make a new folder called Dwarfy. Hold on, Dwarfy top, because this is the top part. There's a top and bottom for everything. So if I go back here, it also shows you your folder. You can, if you want the bottom, you can just type in dwarf, and then sort by type, go to mesh, and you'll see the bottom part for him as well. So now we go back into Blender, import FBX, go back to Dwarfy top, double click on him, click his selection, and Alt S. Now we have Dwarfy. So we'll remove our base body for a second, and we'll fix these textures. So you can see this comes textured already, but you have to do the same fix for the normal. On this, so separate RGB, and then a combine RGB, red to blue, blue to red, and then invert your green. green to green. Boom. Now you have this. You can disconnect this from alpha. You don't really need it. And you can change this to your texture. Plug your into a separate RGB because this is a green color. You take your image and then you plug green into roughness. But you're going to use an invert node, so we can take this from here, Shift D, and just invert the roughness. And so now you see he's not super shiny. Then you take your red value and you can plug this into metallic. Not all characters have a metallic, but he is Viking, so he has a metallic helmet. There's also a blue, but the blue doesn't do anything. So now you have your little dwarf guy. And as you can see, this is already textured just fine, so we can leave everything as is. So all we do now is we select everything except for the textures. Now we hit Ctrl G to make ourselves a shader. Make sure everything that we need is plugged in, which it already is. We're going to go here and rename it. That's base color. This one goes to roughness /mm, and then this one goes to normal. Then we can move normal up. This one's normal, and this one is roughness /mm. You can name it whatever you want. These names are just what helps me know what I'm doing. So now you have all your textures plugged in properly. Now let's say you want your characters to be combined. So we're gonna fix the bones on this one really quick. So you go to your running man, in front, stick. Then you click on your little bone man because I moved him off to the side, and I'm just gonna hit Alt G and that'll reset his position. So now we have him together, but you can see they don't move together when I pose. So what you do, you select the bones of your base body and then hold shift and collect the bones of whatever accessory. Then you're going to hit Ctrl J and that'll combine them, and then click on your body and then your accessory and Ctrl J. If you have another accessory, you'll do the same step one more time. So you'll have this and you'll just add on the bottom. But now we have one mesh that moves together, but there's one issue. There are duplicate bones that don't do anything, as you can see. So what you're gonna do is select, you go into edit mode, just hit tab, hit select pattern, and then you type in 001 and hit enter. And it'll select your bones, hit X, bones. If you have another accessory, you'll just do this one more time, similar pattern, 002, enter, and then you'll delete the bones. But now, as you can see, we have a character that works just fine. Sometimes when you port these together, you'll have this bone, which is not connected to this. I'll show you what that looks like right now, and I'll show you how to fix that. So sometimes it will be like this. So now the arm's not connected. You just select the bone that wasn't connected and shift click the bone closest to it and hit Control P, keep offset. And now when I go into pose mode, it works just fine. So I hope you guys did enjoy this porting tutorial, and if you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below if you need any help. I'll try to reply to as many people as possible. Later.